This podcast was recorded on April 24th, 2016. Thanks for listening. All right.
Hi.
Damn it, Kain. All right, let me... Still recording, but I'll start this over. Yeah, he always fucking ruined it. All right, so welcome to the Rocket Lounge podcast. We are on episode number 6, and we got about a fuller house than last time, I think. Yeah, pretty much.
Fuller house.
Yes, fuller house. So, joining us on this week's podcast is Shohq. He's back again.
Ooh.
And now we got Kain here.
Greetings.
Ted.
Yep.
And Matt. Matt?
Yellow.
Okay, there he is. It took him a little while.
That's
Been a bit slow.
Yeah, a little bit. We got to give him a little bit of booze or something. Give him a Smirnoff. And we got another guest, Scrub. It's his first time on the Rocket Lounge podcast. So I didn't really find any topics for this week. But luckily for me, Kain, he was able to find some shit to talk
Yes,
about.
I did your job for you, you scrub.
Yes, because I'm doing all the other shit for the pod thing. Anyway,
good.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Kain to start off this conversation since he picked them out. So go ahead, Kain.
The first topic in today's news list of shit is Nosgoth is going to be closing down.
Yeah.
It is closing down on the 31st of May 2016.
That game has so much potential.
What's the official reason they wrote us for closing?
Lack of
Not
players.
player base.
I'm pretty sure it's lack of players.
In the topic, it said hasn't grown enough to suspend ongoing operations.
It's.
Literally,
I feel like it really went down the way of
That's pretty
Titanfall.
much people didn't buy our microtransactions.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Honestly, it's not even that. If you truly go back and look, they're down to maybe 1/10 of their player base at launch.
How much does?
And it's been steadily decreasing.
How much
Didn't they
does?
mess shit up with patches though?
I think the first thing we should discuss is how much time everyone actually played and what the force was on the actual game itself.
Well, I'll go ahead and start and say that I've only played what I played with you and Ted and Matt. We only played it for like what, a week or two?
Yeah,
Let's see. I
not
registered
even that.
31 hours.
Oh yeah, I can look at my stream.
I played it back when it was probably early closed beta, so they had just I think 3 classes or 4 classes is the
it was
default.
probably 4
4
classes.
classes.
And there
Okay.
wasn't like really any real system implemented other than just a few game modes to try.
Ted, you said you had like 30 hours?
I only played 6 hours.
I had 31 hours on it.
Jesus. Matt, you have 6?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm in Matt's range. I only have 12 hours recorded.
I have 45 hours, and I imagine Shohq is over the 90, maybe 100. I didn't know Shohq played it.
117.
Yeah, Shohq played it
117? Jesus, Shohq.
Yeah, Shohq played it a lot with
The
Ragnarok.
game was fun. It was a gimmicky team v team. Every class had its own unique quirks and also its weaknesses, and you had to kind of play around that with your team. Because if you went in with the wrong team, the team makeup, you would get crushed.
I guess this is a
It's
good...
Shrek.
Yes, Shrek. I guess this is a good lesson, like, for some developers, like, even though you can't, like, if you make a game that's competitive, like Titanfall was pretty competitive, but that game only lasted, what, a month? And then it was more exciting, like, oh, this is going to replace Call of Duty, but
The
it
thing
really
is,
didn't.
Titanfall is still fun. There's not like really a good example to why that game died the way it does, because it's got big name developers behind it.
They really didn't have as much
It
weapons
was
as
just
Nope,
it was
that's-
just a copy paste of an already completed
It's
Yeah,
gotta be
story.
content, yeah.
Yeah, it
and
was
no-
mostly
and-
content.
Another thing that why Titanfall fell is because they split the community dead fucking early with map packs and all these other expansions, which it didn't really help with the game.
Yeah, but I can tell you right now one game mode that would have made Titanfall stand out. Titans versus Titans.
Oh yes.
Well, that's what Titanfall 2 is going to end up being.
Deathmatch. Just kidding.
But
Dude,
one-
if it was just Titan
I think
versus
one of the
Titan
DLCs
deathmatch,
I
had,
agree.
like, a
that would have been
map
amazing.
Yes,
one thing
I
I-
agree.
Off subject here.
yeah, but going back to Nosgoth, I think I'm gonna be honest. Someone who's massive fan of the original, well, not Blood Omen, but from the original Soul Reaver all the way to the Legacy Kain. One big thing I can see why this game kind of fell flat. It's the setting. Yes, the setting is great,
Setting?
but a lot of people are looking for a Legacy Kain too. another game to dismantle it, not a free-to-play game, which I admit I was one of those, although I did enjoy the game a lot. If this was another game with just the same, everything the same, it's just different name and different, a different setting and background and whatnot, it'd probably do fine. A lot better than it would have done. That's what I personally think, why it fell. It's just not what the fans were looking for. It's a game that appeals to someone else.
Fair enough.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a little subject in here because I just got an email regarding it. I'm kind of interested to see how everybody. How do you guys feel that Dungeon Defenders 2 is coming along?
I haven't played it.
Touch on that later.
I
don't have much on
many emails about it.
Can we just?
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that.
On subject here. As for Nosgoth, I started Legacy of Kain games all the way back with Blood Omen on PlayStation, where you sucked blood from people about 20 feet away, which was goofy as hell, but fun.
Oh yeah.
But as Nosgoth sits on its own, it was a fun game, but I completely understand why it failed. Everything in the game was purchasable with rune stones, which was the real-life money. So, hey look, a new character. You want to buy its upgraded weapons or its upgraded skills? You just drop a few bucks on the game and you can get them right now. On top of that, gold was also a little hard to earn, so hey look, I could rent the skill once for like 300 gold, and it would last a week. And then after that I'd have to get 1500 gold to buy the skill. And if you're lucky, you can maybe pull 80 gold a match. Matches being half hour, if not more.
What I did miss was when I was flying with Ted. Like, we would just be going free falling. Me and Ted would just get those. What's the flying
Sentinels.
Yeah.
Sentinels.
The weird thing is the game was really fun, and honestly, I always tempted to come back to it when the new character comes out. I really want Code to install it again. But it is one of those games where you need a full team to have a real good time.
A full team definitely helps that game. But throwing in the whole thing as well with the RNG cash boxes that you had to either buy keys or buy the actual box from the store, which didn't need a key.
Oh yeah, I forgot they added
and
that.
no way to actually earn the keys through gameplay. It's just, I don't know, they went with too much microtransactions and it didn't help the game. On top of that, I know I keep saying that phrase, but it's honestly, it just piles up. They had a horrible anti-cheat system in the beginning. People were freely hacking and hardly getting banned, and then when they started to enforce the bans, people who didn't do anything got banned. Because freaking rage. Hey, that dude's better than me, I'll get my friends to report him. And people were getting banned for that.
That's the one thing, it's always a risk, and it's hard because that kind of stuff costs money to do.
That's why, like, my ideal system in regards to how that is handled, I love games that have a built-in replay mode. Like, throw something in like that, and then devs can check it anytime, or anybody and whoever they have handling the reporting can just check it and watch it.
Like Rocket League.
Didn't Nosgoth get that eventually?
I think you could save a replay. I don't remember if you could just pull it up. Might have been client-side replays only, though.
Because I remember that being, like, one of the things that they kind of used early as damage control on Call of Duty. Was throw in that kind of last-second, last-kill replay system just to make it easier for it to be, like, caught cheating versus just mass reports saying the guy's cheating, but we've never seen him do it. Maybe people just don't like him.
Yeah. I agree. It's more reliable means of detecting who's actually cheating and who's not. Because, well, sometimes a fan base can be a little bit toxic and really gang up on some people that don't deserve it.
I suppose. But like I was saying, like, I really didn't play much of this, so I'm not too heavily invested in this. So, I mean, I'm sad that it's shutting down, but I kind of know why. And yeah, that's all I have to say about it.
It wrote off the series, and I understood it, but on its own, it was fine, but I don't think it lived up to the potential like Kain was saying, like, what we were expecting out of Legacy of Kain.
There's a lot less content, that's what killed it.
Honestly,
I was
thought
expecting
it was
a PvE
interesting
option
to say the
somewhere.
least, but...
Was there even, like, a co-op marketed mode, or was it all
don't think
competitive?
so.
It was all
It's all
competitive
competitive.
multiplayer.
As far as I know, it was all competitive.
Yeah.
I forgot the term now, but stuff in A. What's the term?
Hold on. Do we know if they're? I know they're shutting down, but are they gonna at least keep like a LAN thing going for us?
It was completely online matchmaking, so I doubt it.
If I was them, I would just like, they could do this like as a way of keeping hope alive. Like, what if, because people can always come back to it.
The best thing they should do, honestly, is just take the game down and re-release it as something with like a single player and a little content kind of to explain stuff a better bit, because not everybody follows the culture they made that game in.
You can make a survival mode after it.
Like a single player or a co-op mode or something. I mean,
actually, Scrub, that's where
I think the server hosting files.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I agree with that, but I think you were wrong when you're saying. I think it is the reason this player only did kind of kill it as well. But the fan base is quite large, and honestly, I think did everyone else here?
I kind of thought it was just a normal vampire game. I didn't know it was like.
Did everyone else apart from me and Shohq knew the background of this universe, or just me, Shohq, or maybe Ted? Knew about the Deadman, Soul Reaver, or Legacy of Kain series.
Yeah, I played those as a kid. It's a way long time.
I didn't know anything about it.
Matt?
Yeah, I didn't think it was a common known.
Yeah,
like I've heard of Legacy of Kain, I just didn't know it was tied into that.
Yeah, it's like one of those game series you know about, but you don't play. It's like Fear. You know, you knew about it, but you never really tried it out. It's really good though.
I played Legacy of Kain. I just never got even have played Legacy of Kain. Nothing in Nosgoth occurred to me that it was Legacy of Kain themed.
And I think that's what also killed it as well, because the majority of the fans were thinking, oh, this is going to be another Legacy of Kain game. It's another game in the Legacy of Kain series.
Yeah.
It should be interesting. And it wasn't. If
people were hyped for a Kickstarter project that said Legacy of Kain, why not add some sort of just grind mode or something? I don't care if it's like a short roguelike kind of ordeal for a single player campaign. Throw something like that in, though, because, then at least if your multiplayer goes down and nobody plays it, you at least still have a game people can play.
I want to throw a really cheesy thought out here that might sound stupid in hindsight. What if they had taken more of a Battlefront approach with it? What do you guys think? Like, more game modes, but also a larger player base in the match?
I think you'll still...
have actual battlefields?
The maps are small that any more than 4v4 aren't.
Yeah.
Because they tried doing 5v5.
I'm saying if they had scaled it up.
He's saying if they had turned it into almost like a Battlefield planet.
I don't know about you, Ted, but I don't want to see a bunch of Sentinels in the air that I can't fucking destroy.
Yeah.
Crossbows, man.
It's gonna be right at the Valkyries all over again, dude.
I think the game is more suited to squad beat.
You're just gonna see a whole server just full of Sentinels on both teams. No one's on the ground, and they're just gonna have aerial battles.
At least it's not an entire team fucking of what are they called? Is it golems? Or is it titans?
You know what? That sounds interesting. They should have that mode in, where it's just nothing but sentinels. And you know how you can dive bomb as a sentinel? You could do all sorts of those kinds of things.
I'm more scared of the big ones, the golems or titans. I forgot the names.
Yeah, the ones that get pissed off, the berserker ones.
Yeah, everyone just fucking use jump.
Yeah. But I was just saying, it's just a toss out there. Is everyone said what they needed to say about this? And we'll move on to the next one.
Who's typing?
That is me, and I have a loud fucking keyboard.
That mechanical keyboard.
I know, right?
Sounds like me back in the day. Anyway,
God, I used
I have to say, Nosgoth was a fun game. Definitely sad to kind of see it go, but...
A moment for our fallen brothers. And we're done. Next topic.
Yep. Actually, let Shohq discuss this, because this is more on Shohq line than mine.
Which one?
The Oxlab Evolve.
Ah, yes. Then go ahead and take it away, Shohq. Really, Ted?
Okay, so, big news.
You copied me.
Ark is finally releasing, in a sense, basically a public mod tool. So, that's going to be pretty cool. It looks a little more refined than just having to go into the Unreal editor and trying to figure shit out.
Now, is it just for level design, or is it just anything they want?
It's honestly probably going to be for anything anybody feels like creating. If you know how to deal with the mod tools, go right ahead.
So they're releasing like a full mod kit? I thought that was kind of already out.
All they have right now is you can download an editor for the newest Unreal Engine.
Oh, so like, okay,
with
so
Arc.
what exactly is the point in using that over Unreal? I mean, the new Unreal, I posted that earlier, the link to the full entire conversion to space themed.
Basically, those are people working in the Unreal Editor that you can get through Epic's launcher or other means, and making the content. People are making these custom models. Well, the upgrade to the mod tools, which is probably going to be through the Epic launcher as well, is going to allow the Arc devs to work with modders to start including these mods on official servers. Which is the cool thing.
Okay.
Like, they've been working with the community member Ben Burkhart, sorry, I pronounced his name wrong, to include his map, The Center, which will probably start showing up on a couple of official servers.
Now, I have a question. Last time I saw something on Arc, they added that other game mode that they released as a free-to-play. What's going on
Survival
with
of the
that?
Fittest. I don't know. I haven't followed it. It's basically a competitive game mode. It's still getting patches every now and then from what I've been hearing, but never tried it myself.
Is it more or less popular than the actual version currently?
Enough people
we
play
know?
it to keep it active.
Okay, I was just wondering if it was like a weekend, like, we're just going to try this for a week kind of thing, or...
No, dude, that game mode's been going on for months on the actual game, and they decided to split it off.
That's weird.
It looks like these mods that people can do, it's not like, oh, I could just submit it already and it's already there, like on Steam. It looks like it's only to be considered for the expo. Like, they have to look it over, so it's...
The way the Epic launcher handles modding, when you submit something, it has a waiting period. It kind of gets treated like a support ticket.
Which should be the standard for almost all
Steam
mods.
should do that from the get-go if they ever try to start paying, making people pay for mods, and what they'll do is then they check it, make sure it is that guy's content, and so on. Like, the Epic modding's really good. Because,
I was about to say, I don't think Steam will ever go back to paid mods.
They did. No,
it's
they've
in
already
2 or
done
3
it.
games already.
Yeah, they're doing it currently for Dota 2. Like, right now, they can review a mod on Dota 2, and if it goes through their process...
That's something else.
I think what Shohq referring to is the games.
No,
I'm
talking about the
Skyrim
scrub.
did.
I'm talking about the one Scrub was mentioning where they have to do a review process first.
I know, but I mean, what Shohq referring to is meant for other
No, what
third-party
you're
games.
talking about Dota 2 is people making content for the developers to consider putting into the game.
No, I'm talking about game modes, like the custom arcade ones, not the items.
You can buy like what's called like a mix pack thing in Dota 2, and you get to play custom game modes.
Yeah.
And you can host them on official servers, though.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
So on Dota 2, you guys that haven't
It's not
played
as
it much.
paid mods as it's like, what's that weird thing Minecraft added a while ago where you could use like official servers via Minecraft?
I haven't played
No idea.
Minecraft in so long.
But it's still paid mods.
Yeah. What I'm saying is on Dota 2 is
we played Dota 2 custom mods and game modes without paying at all.
Yeah, and they barely
have
did this not that long ago, where some of them, I don't know if they actually did take it off again, but they're trying it again.
You can still do it. I think the only pro to buying them this way is to support the mod maker and actually get them on public servers, like on official servers.
The problem I have with paid content on Steam especially is, let's take Skyrim for example. Let's say this one guy makes a fishing pole, okay? It's really cool looking, so I decide to use it for myself.
And then over here, Matt makes a fish.
I make a mod.
And another guy
Yeah,
releases it.
and Matt makes a fish, and I decide to put it in my mod, both those things together, and I spruce them up a little bit to make this amazing new map with just fish and a fishing pole and a raft. And I sell that. Well, that fishing pole and that fish is not my property. I did not make it. That's not mine. So I'm getting paid for their content and their textures, etc. That's why it's bullshit.
Here's the kind of fucked thing about that. There's no real good way to prevent that without a check system. But then, even when you have a check system, they have to, Steam or whoever is moderating it has to contact the creator of the other mod in there. So I don't really know what even remotely would be the closest way they handle it, but I think when we do see it start being handled, it's going to be treated in like a Patreon donation way, to where nobody's really voiding a copyright putting someone's stuff in there, but there's going to be a little bit of salt. Like, I'm almost certain some people are gonna get mad over their mods.
Oh, everybody's
Yeah,
gonna
I'd
bitch
rather,
about
I'd rather a
something.
donation system. I'd rather a donation system.
I don't
honestly,
realize-
than
Yeah,
saying
I'd much rather
paid
see a
use.
donation button there.
I don't realize this is one big tangent from the arc.
This is
Yeah,
what?
but it's
Cut off on
important.
Dota.
It's important.
Dude, all I want to do is play Arc. Like, I can't play because I have a 770M or a GeForce GTX 770M. I can't play.
You have Kepler.
I can't play fucking Arc the way it is.
You wanna make
I can play
Arc run
low.
better on it?
Well, you could tell me later on because I really want to be playing that
Super
game.
easy. Just roll back your drivers to something that wasn't released this year. They started crippling the Kepler series this year.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah, no, I'm dead serious. Like, this is not like they're not really intentionally crippling it. What they're doing is they're upping the async computing. Okay, this is good for rendering. This is good for a lot of things, but the Kepler series can't handle that. So it actually cost a lot of performance loss versus gain. So do older drivers to where they were just set for that, and it should help you out in most games. Just don't stay away from the game readies because they've been doing a lot of performance loss.
Dude, I love how you... Sidetrack. I love how you were like Scrub when Dark Souls 3 released. It's like, make sure to update your drivers to the most recent ones because it's game ready. It started frying
that's for
NVIDIA
AMD,
cards,
that's for
started frying
AMD's side
AMD
of thing,
cards,
though.
people were having frame loss.
No, Shohq, that's for AMD's side of things to update the driver. If you have an AMD card, update the driver. Regardless of generation, it still needs better
Dude,
drivers.
within the first
NVIDIA,
2 days, people reporting their AMD cards being fried because of the most recent drivers.
This
No,
is
that
why I
was
don't
recent.
buy a laptop with AMDs anymore. I just can't go back to that. I am only NVIDIA.
Dude,
From
my
now on.
AMDs run just fine.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Anna,
the
I just hear so many.
NVIDIA
Well,
can we stop getting off tangent, please?
I
Yes,
just-
off tangent.
Well, it is meant, but okay.
Let's get back to Ark Survivor Bow, please.
Arc, they're doing more stuff with mods, which is cool. But, hey, there's the thing in the background. It's been a heated debate on the discussions, it's been a heated debate on the forums, the big lawsuit from Trendy Entertainment.
Now, as someone who has no idea about this, what the fuck is this lawsuit and what's happened with it?
It regards.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll let Shohq explain it.
The short of it basically is Jeremy Stieglitz. He used to work for Trendy, apparently was kind of a jackass from what I've heard, and got the boot. When he got the boot, he had a non-compete agreement. That means he couldn't work on games. Well, the start of the lawsuit was that he was working with his wife at Studio Wildcard on Ark Survival Evolved. So that was kind of the start of the lawsuit. Another part of it was something he had done previously and been called out on, which is poaching. He had been poaching employees from Trendy to go to Studio Wildcard. So it all kind of spiraled out of control. The greatest part of it was, after the lawsuit was kind of made public, Studio Wildcard made a comment, and this was the greatest part. They said this whole lawsuit was irrelevant, immaterial, impertinent, and scandalous. It has just been finalized, with Studio Wildcard now owing $40 million to Trini Entertainment because Studio Wildcard was found in the wrong.
Damn.
That's why you don't breach the contracts, kids.
Yep.
That's
Why
why,
you
I,
read the fucking fine
They settled
print.
it out of court for $40 mil.
that's why I have Ted's ass on lockdown with a contract he doesn't know he signed.
Get the fuck out of here.
He's on Rockitech forever.
Oh boy. Alright. Is there anything else we like? I don't think we mentioned anything about what the center actually is. Do you have anything about that, Shohq, you want to say before we move on? Like the actual map itself?
The map that they're kind of, that's been pushed out, the center, you can go download it from the workshop or probably online on the forums.
Which
stuff
I'm
like
probably
that.
going to do.
The map looks amazing.
It
I really want to
does.
try it out.
You want to try
Which
it
I
myself,
may
but
actually start hooking up a server to play it here later.
I might join you on that, because I
What's
want to
in it?
make my
You
own
said that
baby
last
boy
time.
raptor.
we said that last time. Which
Yeah, you guys
and
were
we-
like, we're gonna join you when you guys start playing
Well,
Ark, and it was
I
just
told you-
mid-game for like 4
But I also
hours.
told you it was like fucked up, like the lag issues. And didn't you guys tell me that it was lagging during the time on your server?
No.
Somebody told me it could have been Kain, because Kain lines a lot about things, like especially levels on Division, on who's what.
That was not lying. That was telling you the truth. And then I realized
totally
I was
wrong.
off by one level.
Well, then you're a blind liar, my friend.
Yes, I am blind. I have glasses. Don't you know this?
Well, anyway, I heard someone say you were having issues with your thing, so I was like, oh, well, fuck, I guess I can't do that. So I just ended up uninstalling and waited.
You probably misheard me, because I was still having issues with the game.
I like how it's always centered around Kain that I have a problem with anything.
Anyway, the Division
Nice
aside,
defense.
if anybody has any more information on the lawsuit, comment down below.
Yes, indeed.
Anyway,
I'm interested in hearing more. If I've got facts wrong, let me know. All I know is what I dug up, and Studio Wildcard settled out of court.
Prepare to get a bunch of people go, Shohq's wrong, no.
Shohq's wrong, it all happened in the baseball field. They settled it over a game.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah, fucking what's not strategy with fucking Bethesda.
Yup.
Are we talking about that card game? Because I'm super stoked.
No,
That's
no,
a joke. I'm not. Nobody asked for that.
fucking Unreal Tournament. Was it Unreal Tournament or was it Quake? I can't remember what he said.
It was Quake. If I remember right, it was
God.
Quake.
Oh
Aye.
god, that was. I would actually love to see that happen.
Yeah,
Fair
Notch
enough.
was, if I remember right, Notch was all like, lawyers aside, we could settle this over a game of Quake.
That's when they put on their Nintendo Power Gloves for effect, and then they just started playing
It
it.
was so bad. Anyway, with our last main topic of today, Chronicles of Ruin. A game on Kickstarter that's meant to be mashing up Fire Emblem, Final Fantasy VI, and FF Tactics. The first thing I want to say is the sprite work in this game looks fucking gorgeous. I am loving the sprite work in this.
That's just because me and you met through fucking Beyond D&D, or
yes,
Ario 2.
That our pedigree is for sprite work, and someone who did a lot of sprite work and still do.
It was just
occasionally.
one giant dick contest with you back then, and who can make a better sprite.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah,
and
actually
who
it
won? Me.
was.
Pretty much everything with Kane's a giant dick contest, though.
That's just because
That's
he
true.
wants one in him, even though he does not have one.
Hey, maybe.
Yeah, we
Anyway.
love you, you bisexual
Oh,
son of a
single
bitch.
dick.
Seriously, this game's sprite work does look gorgeous, and it is actually impressive for me. As Shohq said just before we did this, it does have a how would you pronounce it again? I forgot how to pronounce.
I call it
You get
Suikoden. It was an old PlayStation game. Kind of in the lieu of Fire Emblem style games, but it had its own unique little twist to it. Old PlayStation games. If you're looking up for some nostalgia, go try it out.
Oh yeah, this game so far has all the nostalgia from all these really great games. I'm gonna be honest, I was, what was it, like a few weeks ago, I was asking for another game similar to Final Fantasy Tactics for any tactics game. I'm probably gonna back this.
Well,
Because,
anything like that
I
kind of
have-
feels good, because I love those old retro games like fucking Pac-Man
yeah.
or anything like that.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I-
gonna back it.
You know what?
I'm gonna wait. I want to see what comes of it. The sprite art is good, but dated. It definitely is trying to play more on the old style.
Oh yeah, it definitely is, but it does look, for me personally,
But
I
the
think...
big thing for me is it could be trying to mash up too many genres.
Oh yeah, it might be soon. I'm probably gonna wait a few... It still has, if I check the Kickstarter page, still had 24 days to go. I think I'm gonna wait maybe in the last 10 days, maybe the last 3 days, before I consider backing it or not. But I will say everything so far about this game has got me interested and curious. I am eagerly just waiting for another
I've never really played
practice game.
any of these games. I know a few people that like these games, like Murray likes
I
Fire
have,
Emblem.
I have tried or played Final Fantasy 6 and Tactics, and I've enjoyed both of those.
Are these?
I never played a Fire Emblem.
Are these
Fire
on
Emblem
PC or are they like what is the
these-
handhelds?
These were old
The
SNES games.
Tactics did have a handheld version, but they were old PS1 and PS2. Actually, no.
This
Final
is-
Fantasy 6
it
was
was
actually
also-
on the
That was PS1,
Super
right?
Nintendo.
Final
Oh.
Fantasy 6 was on SNES, and the Final Attack was also on SNES, and also on the Advance and whatnot. These were very old games, but these are really old SNES era games.
I think I'm gonna do like just a whole walkthrough of me playing Zelda games because this is reminding me of Zelda for some reason, and I've never played a Zelda game.
I am a massive fan of Fire Emblem, and I've been eagerly waiting ever since my girlfriend told me about Conquest or Fate, whatever the fuck the new one is.
Birthright.
Yeah.
I've been really wanting to play it.
All right, so I bought Marie. We got. Oh, never mind. She's asleep. I got my brother's girlfriend for Christmas the 2 of the games for the new Fire Emblem, and she played it nonstop. She fucking loved it, Kane. And
my girlfriend played it for a complete month and she hasn't stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
And it's
So
making me
what's funny about it that I saw was that you can basically make your condone incest. You can have people married in the same family.
I have to put my hand in it.
I
I have to put my hand in it. I have to put my hand up. This is a bit of spoiler warning, so there's a spoiler warning. Not incest.
Oh, well, I'm gonna point something out.
It's totally incest. It
talk
was
about
cousin
that
and
weird
cousin.
ass- you guys
No,
wanna
no,
talk about
it's
that
not
weird ass
incest.
Petting game.
Spoiler warning, but it's not incest. I'm not going to say why it's not incest, but it's not incest. After the podcast, I will say it if you want to know, but it's not incest.
I don't know,
Alright.
man. She gave a good explanation why it is.
Well, the thing with that game is, if I remember, they're not your real parents on either. I thought. Sorry, I
Yeah,
don't know
they're
if that's
not.
a huge spoiler.
They're not. Your original family adopted you, and
You're
then
more
your
or
next
less
family.
adopted, but
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
still like your first cousin.
There is
which
not.
is
There
still
is
kinda
one of
Kentucky.
out of all your potential relationships, there is one person who is incest.
We're just gonna
But it
change
is-
this podcast name to the Big Spoiler Show.
This is kind of like games.
Big fucking spoilers.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not.
But I'm saying, I'm gonna be honest though. The whole thing is very big because this is what the first time something like this happened in a game. Maybe.
That's not the weirdest. Well, I mean, like, I hope we don't try to like do this a lot and start.
Oh yeah, no, well,
okaying
it's still
incest.
it's still
still
interesting to see.
bad.
It's still interesting to see if an
But,
option.
No,
It's
the
still
thing
interesting
that-
to see.
The thing that
I like
made
weird shit.
That game kind of controversial was that weird petting mini game they took out. Did anybody see anything on regards to what that was?
I can gather just from the words he said.
You had like this petting game where you like pet like your in-game waifu, or in some cases your sister.
Hey Teddy,
So-
come over here to your little hubby.
It's really weird, but they took it out in the US release because I think the ordeal, it was either the fact that it could be your sister or something, or that you could do it in like a gay way. Like it was very weird. Like if someone has any info in regards to that, I'm genuinely curious because that was the first time I'd seen something like that get cut.
Oh man,
Like,
America's
usually,
fucked up
like-
when it comes to censorship.
Well, the thing is, like, usually it's something like, take Bravery Default, for example. They had a bunch of alternate costumes that they cut out,
In America,
but
shows the
I
face,
genuinely don't have an
floors out
idea.
the tits. Danish, it shows the tits, it floors out the, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
like,
Of course.
we're okay
They
with
would take it
boobs in
out.
games.
Did
I
you
mean,
hear that, Ted?
America. Because you can pet your sister.
Did you hear that? What Michael said?
I think it was like
No.
more that you pet your sister
Alright.
or you could pet your
Michael, come here real
brother.
quick. Hold on, I'm gonna. In regards to censorship, Michael's gonna say something real quick.
Alright, here's a quick side note. I don't remember which one was which, but it was comparing the American censorship, and I think it was like the Danish. And it was the same article represented in the two different countries. And one of them, it showed the face but blurred out the tits. And in the other one, it blurred out the tits but showed the face. So it was very interesting.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, even America in general is kind of weird on boobs. And just, in general, the reason this is super weird is because, like, God of War gets by with a historical reasoning. But, like, half the Vita library is weird boob games. And, like, Bravery Default was one that got cut a little bit. And I think even, what was the...
Dead or Alive got cut. Like
There was a Fire Emblem that got cut, though, a little bit.
like they're not
this
bringing
one.
they're not bringing Dead or Alive anymore over here because they don't like the mods that we're creating. It's,
You know, like in the first 2 weeks of every game, it's a nude mod. There was a Dark
we
Souls
should just
nude
accept
mod.
it. We should just shove a naked poster of a female.
It's weird in how it's okayed because I brought up like the God of War, Rise, Son of Rome. Both of them had nudity.
Ted, we're gonna start a new movement. We gotta cover up the man nips.
But
on
the
God
other
of War.
thing is, then you got games like well, like Dead or Alive or Rumble Roses. That's fine. Or you get other ones that get adult-only ratings, and they don't really... Like, Leisure Suite Larry was rated adult-only, if I remember. And it's still kinda...
I think it's going to change a lot in the later years, because a lot of the people making the decisions now, like, most of them don't even play the games. They're just looking for the money. So when you get towards later, we're going to see a lot more leniency, because those people that are in charge now are the ones that were playing games when they were younger.
Yeah, it's been weird. A lot of I honestly just think from an artist standpoint, don't censor stuff.
I hate it when people censor shit. Like even if it's offensive, like okay, well, it's there though.
There was a big on the note of like censorship, like a huge. I don't know if anybody saw it, but initially, when the Wolfenstein: The Old Blood came out. Like, when they released that and they brought that out, that was the Wolfenstein standalone expansion, the New World Order. That wasn't censored in Germany, but Wolfenstein, the actual one, the one that came out kind of recently too, was. They didn't censor the later one, especially on the topic of what it is, which was really strange.
That reminds me of this other game. Oh god, what was it? It's an old game, and it's considered like the most racist game ever, where it's just literally you're a KKK member and you're just trying to wipe out like the Jews and anything else. It looked like a Doom or something like that. Oh, I wish I could remember the name.
I mean, we got we got Jesus Christ RPG.
It's not a Doom mod. Like I'm pretty sure if one of you looks it up, it's like actually let me look it up. You guys can keep talking. I'll find the name.
I mean, I don't know. We got a few of them that were kind of weird, like Custer's Revenge. That's a pretty... That's a SNES game you don't want to play where you like go around and pillage Indian women.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's just go away from that.
But it's weird that stuff like this gets by. But the minute you like have a weird petting your sister or your gay boyfriend scene, America's like, no, cut that out. So that's not in here. But you want a game where you take over Native American lands? Here you go.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
I can't find it. It's coming up with all block sites. I guess they blocked it for a reason.
I guess that's no more main topics then.
They blocked it.
Alright then, so if we have no more topics, we can either quit or we can do the, this part of the section could be just anything we want to talk about that's left over from anything.
Dark Souls 3 is great, Dark Souls 3 is love, Dark Souls 3 is life.
We know you like Dark Souls 3.
Let's take the big topic out that I brought up earlier, Dungeon Defenders 2. How's everybody feel about how that's coming along? I keep getting emails, and I haven't played it in about 5 months.
I've played Dungeon Defenders, like, the first one. I played that religiously for the longest time. And then when 2 came out, I wasn't so keen on buying it. I played it, and I'm glad it's free. And I think the fact that they did the microtransactions was a good idea.
Wasn't the original plan behind Dungeon Defenders 2 to make a MOBA? Or something weird like that?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, it was like a weird kind of MOBA thing. But I'm happy to see they shifted towards like the same game. But how does it stand up to you guys in comparison to the first
one? It reminds me of the same one. It's just a little bit better. And I don't mind the... well, Shohq, you played more than me. Is it a little pay to win or is it just cosmetics? I haven't played that much.
Cosmetics.
Alright, then that's good. As long as it's cosmetics, it's good.
Recently, they also... I got an email. They announced a lot of new characters.
Yes, they just added in the first new character, and this year alone, they're looking at getting in like 4 or 5 more.
My only gripe with the new character is if you want to get unlocked him, you gotta do like a bunch of shit at once, or you pay like how much was it was like 2,000 gems, which is like what, $10?
It's expensive gem-wise, but he's not that hard to unlock if you do dailies.
Alright.
Oh yeah, for your daily, but it's like it's still a lot of grinding.
How
about
in my eyes. Just overall content mode? The email I got today was regarding a new area.
I haven't played part 2 much, so I can't really like comment on it. I was
wondering, like, because like the first one had a lot of content.
Yes, it did. Yeah, it did.
So they're slowly adding in more content.
You know what they should?
See if this one gets caught up to that.
They need to get the weapon system from. Or it seems like their weapon system from Borderlands.
I don't like the new enemy. The whole idea behind the new enemy they've just announced is meh.
What's the new enemy?
It's called the Siege Tank, and basically it destroys everything.
Oh, so just
Wait,
a common
siege
thing
tank?
that'll come in the wave that's not a boss that'll break your towers?
I think it's going to spawn the same way ogres do.
That's not... I mean, that's something to keep the game on the foot for people that were complaining it's too easy, I guess.
I think it's not easy. I run Nightmare 4 a lot with groups, and we can still struggle. But the issue is this thing destroys everything. Traps, walls, you name it.
Sounds like Matt's kind of
Just
weapon.
rolls right
So
off-
it's
right
something
over
that
it.
like people have to like now priority target with their characters. Which,
Yep.
That's an interesting mechanic. Didn't some bosses already break stuff though too?
No.
Okay.
Well,
It's basically just a brand new mechanic that they've announced without actually freaking preparing for it. They're just like, hey look, we worked on this, and it does this.
That's about all I had in regards to Dungeon Defenders 2.
I can say, if I got my Steam library, at 360 hours, I pretty much enjoyed Dungeon Defenders 2. Would definitely love to play it more with groups.
who, going on a different topic, who played Battleborn and Doom when the beta came out?
Ooh, I'll talk about those actually. So
I was gonna do a different video with me and Ted, but I figured I'll just do this.
But I'll do it now because I
here's
haven't
the
had time
thing.
to play Battleborn.
I'm a
That's fine.
huge fucking arena shooter.
Can't say I don't need anything on that.
Well, you tried, Matt.
I can discuss
Yeah,
my
the
thoughts
fucking
on
thing
Doom
that
now.
would never work.
Oh god.
So, but
Christ.
with the statement being said, I'm a huge I love arena shooters. I love the original Doom. I loved Quake. I played Quake 3 probably 50,000 hours. Honestly,
Jesus.
thinking about like something ridiculous. But that being brought up, Doom 4 just I'm gonna call it Doom 4 because that's what it is.
It
Yeah,
pretty
it
practically is.
But it's not what
Doom.
a lot of people were hoping for at
I-
all.
It really isn't.
I wanted to
really
like it.
isn't.
Like Ted liked it. I don't know how much, but like when I was playing it, I told him like I felt something was missing. Like
it's
I
not
couldn't
a bad
tell.
game,
Yeah.
but here's the big thing on it. Like it took everything that made an arena shooter stand out and added Quake Live level of gimmicks. So
I would say more like
I think it
Halo.
was missing a lot of pickups. Like
Yeah.
there was only health and armor pickups, which is fine,
then
but
there
I'm
was the
expecting
load,
like
like the
demon-
loadout
weapon
system and the
demon shit.
customizing your dude is fine, I guess, for non-competitive game modes. Like
Yeah.
that needs to be a stuck down note. Like use that
Yeah.
on non-competitive game modes.
agreed.
Because it'll be a week before someone finds out which is the really overpowered weapon, and it will be their default
Super
loadout.
shotty.
But
The super short is awesome.
Super
the
shotty rocket
thing
launcher.
is, like, it didn't hit the spots. I get it. The snap map content is supposed to be pretty sweet. The co-op, okay, that's cool. But that's stuff that, I get it. The big deal is we're adding some sort of light-based modding to console versions, which is cool. It's just, the game itself, just nothing stood out making me go, oh wait, this is the Doom I've been waiting 10 years for. Like,
I
there
think-
was,
Go ahead and finish your sentence.
like, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing more really to say about it other than it was just kind of, everything was just not as good as you wanted it, as I expected it to be.
I think if they want to make a better impression on me, including your suggestion, I would probably take out the loadouts for competitive play. I mean, going back to like Halo 3 when I was doing Origin Editor and custom shit, it was always fun to fuck with that and
Yeah.
wonky combinations I can make. But this is not good for competitive. This is not Call of Duty. This is more of an arena shooter. And on top
Doom
of that,
wants to be an arena shooter, and honestly, I'm all for it. Like, I love seeing games that actually take off as competitive FPS on like a console or something. Sure.
Yeah.
It's sweet. I think Doom really... But the loadouts was the big thing. Like, it's
Oh, yeah.
cool. It's cool to have skins. It's cool to have skins take effect when they pick up the game in the weapon in the standard match. That's cool too. Do that if you want. But do not make loadouts for competitive matches, because
Oh, yeah.
then all you're going to see is 2-gun variety per match. And it's going to
No.
be both of them sporting the same frickin'
Yeah.
loadout.
Not only
they
that,
needed
I have to
You need to
discussion
capital.
Go on.
Like, if they jump on the competitive scene on the new Doom a lot, and like really crank down on it, the new Doom is good enough for that to fly by until Unreal Tournament goes full release. Because as of right now, the free-to-play Unreal just absolutely destroys Doom. Like, just butchers it from an arena standpoint.
From what I've seen, because I have yet to play the game, and I'm going to be honest, from what I've seen, it doesn't make me want to play it. I'm going to wait until I see some stuff about this campaign and whatnot, because that's what makes Doom in my head.
Now, on the topic of Battleborn, that was a weird one. That was a really...
You initially said that was crap, don't bother playing.
Now, I'm still standing by that statement, though. I do not remotely see $60 worth of content in that game. I do not see any amount of DLC or expansions fixing that. I see a game with a subpar co-op campaign, a story that nobody could really care about, and a multiplayer mode that is going to hit just a wall quick. Like, people just aren't going to want to play it.
Mind you, from what I've seen, and I've seen quite a bit, I was following this game quite a lot, it's not completely even related remotely done yet. There's a lot to do.
See,
but I will agree with you on that one, though.
But the thing is, this is such a late beta, there's no way that's not what we're going to get on release at this point.
Yeah, if what you said, if they remain what we have now, and they just like maybe add a tiny bit, I would agree with you completely.
The big thing is, it's falling in at a really bad time. I want to state just how big of a competitor Overwatch is in the FPS market.
Overwatch is
like Overwatch alone is probably polling higher than CS:GO on like a hype rating.
Well, yeah, it's Blizzard for fuck's sake.
But so with that being said, there's other big competitors. Hi-Rez has stepped into this, and the game they have a game called Paladins that I can't recommend enough. If Overwatch doesn't seem like something worth dropping $60 for, buy yourself a Founders Pack for Paladins, or ask a friend that has a key. The keys come constantly. Play it. It's really good.
I have a question. Since you, I think Shohq played it more. How did they fix that issue after the recent update where there are some characters who were immensely overpowered as fuck and there was literally no reason to play it anymore?
Everything's been adjusted. I want to state that the last patch was about 3.5 gigs. The last patch fixed a lot of stuff, guys. There's new characters in there. They're adding new characters on every 2 weeks basis. Which, so far, it and Paragon are neck and neck when it comes to kind of MOBA-like games. But they redid the Siege mode on Paladins, which was the main game mode. They added what are called burn cards now, which you now have an in-game currency, and you buy those just for the match, and then they go away. It's what used to be your common deck, Shohq.
Shohq, we did get the lawnmower happened.
But, the new characters are a lot of fun. Originally, this game kind of had a lot of characters that looked like something out of their games. There wasn't much creativity in it. I'll be blunt with that. Every new one so far has been very unique and came out not overpowered. That's the good part. They've been fairly balanced on release, and then they just continue to balance it more, which is awesome. And I can honestly say Hi-Rez is pretty good when it comes to model, because they're gonna allow if you're just playing normal, you don't have like a Founders, which is $20, you get to either buy the champions or rent them on full release, just like Smite. So a lot of it's following the Smite skin model, but the weapon skins are cool because you craft them with in-game currency.
I will say one thing about Hi-Rez. I do enjoy how they do the whole the money thing and what they do to the hero, because I'm a big fan of Smite, and
Smite was good because they already announced it. If you bought the Founder Pack for Paladins, you get all the characters on release. New ones as long as they come.
I've been meaning to do that.
And at $20, it's a kill.
Yeah, it is really cheap for what it is right now, and I'm tempted to pick it up myself.
Now, the other really big, nice game that's out that I've been playing a lot of, I played the early alpha, I backed into the official thing now. Epic, the guys behind Unreal Tournament, have a MOBA out called Paragon.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
MOBA is your type of game, I cannot recommend this one enough. This game is fantastic.
So I seen a bit of Paragon, and
I
I've been.
think I know what
pushed
Kane's
away-
gonna say.
I've been pushed away from what I've seen.
Because it looks slow, right?
Okay, so
Yeah,
one of
it
the big
looks
issues
very
was it was
slow and
Guess what
clunky.
the last patch did, guys? Bumped everything 12.5% movement speed. This fixed that. It fixed a lot of the balancing issues, because what had occurred in the previous was all characters had the same speed. That's not good. They had slight varying speed, but it wasn't enough. Like, you had a tank that could move as fast as your damage dealer. You didn't want that, because then the tank's gonna win every fight. So they balanced a ton out last patch. I mean, this was like a 2.4 gig just of fixes patches. A new character was added, a mounted character.
Oh, Iggy. I think his name's Iggy and Scorch or something.
Ah, he's
That-
phenomenal.
That, Matt, is definitely you.
He's a
if you play
high-skill
Paragon.
character because he's good at laning. Like, he has traps, he has turrets. You can just lane with this guy. He's good control. But I cannot recommend this game enough, just for the fact that Epic is probably currently the best at how they handle microtransactions. The new Unreal Tournament's handled perfectly. Fortnite is handled very well. Paragon feels different than any other MOBA. You feel a lot of the weight of your characters and stuff. It's got, like, think Gears of War with a MOBA feel to it is the best way to describe it. And it's not a bad thing. It's fun. It's really entertaining. The characters are unique. The card system was kind of gimmicky at first because it's not really a card system. It's more like you buy a necklace and then you put sockets on it system. But
Fashion Souls.
they're cleaning it out. They're fleshing it out a lot more, and it's fun. It's definitely worth what I think it's like $14 or $19 to get in. If you could
Yeah,
find a key
I was
somewhere to it.
debating on doing that, but I was like, you know what, I probably
The thing I
should
want
wait.
to say though is just like any other team shooter, don't do it alone. Like,
Yeah, because
you'll
it's going to
have
be
fun
free
on
eventually.
it. You'll have fun on it, and I would play it alone for free, but I wouldn't buy it alone. It's much more fun when you buy it proofs. But that's the good news is, as you go up and buy the packages, like the price of them, you get the previous package below, which means you get another copy of the game. So if you buy like the $40 package, you get the $20 package as well, and an extra key to give to a friend who gets the $20 Founders package. So, I mean, it's kind of cool. And they're not like, it's like $30 for one, 20 for, like, they're worth it. The way they handle it, you get a few extra things, you get a custom early backer skin. Like, you know, it's cool.
Well, I feel like we just got a whole ton of information this podcast from you, Scrub. It was actually enjoyable.
No.
Alright, well, let's see. I think that about wraps it up then. I'm going to try this little new segment. It's a little thing where we talk about, well, not talk about, just announce any games that are coming out in the upcoming week. And in this upcoming week, which is April 26th, if you guys are a fan of Telltale Games, Tales from the Borderlands comes out. I don't know if it's the whole thing or...
The finale? Sweet.
Yeah, it says April 26th. It comes out. Or a retail package, at least.
Cool.
So, that's something to look forward to. And I'm also going to do a Game of the Week kind of thing for us. So, we just say the game that we played the most, which I think we already know what game we played the most this week.
Souls.
Yeah, it's been nothing but Dark Souls for me. I know Ted has been Dark Souls. Matt, what have you been playing this week? Or last week?
A bit of everything.
Bit of everything? Yep. He's the guy that doesn't want to
Either
go...
a bit of everything or just...
Did you have a brain fart there, Matt?
Yeah, you were like mid-sentence.
I think he might have disconnected.
I think we may have lost him at. Oh, no.
Oh, there he is.
We have,
No,
Matt down. We have a black Matt down.
Brain fart. It's a brain fart alert.
Squid.
No, I did finish my sentence. I'm not sure if the
Oh, you didn't
internet
hear it.
allowed it to go through.
Just repeat what you said then.
Pretty much a bit of everything and or...
Yeah,
And
I'm not the only one, right?
or-
He says and
or I'm waiting.
Matt, did you...
What the... Dude, seriously? They got me off?
like the same
I basically
last
said
word.
Feeling after that.
Oh, feeling. Okay.
Feeling.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna edit that. Shohq, you were playing what? Dark Souls 2?
A lot of Dark Souls 3, a little bit of Minecraft. If we're announcing upcoming games, I have one I want to announce.
Alright, go ahead.
PC release of Corpse Party.
I don't know what that is,
If
but
you like psychological horror games, it's amazing.
Okay. Oh, and I actually just remembered one more thing. Games that were announced. Like, big ones. Outlast 2 got announced with some footage. I think we knew the whole thing was coming. But also the bigger news, Borderlands 3 was basically confirmed at PAX East.
After they finished Battleborn.
Yeah, after they finished Battleborn and DLC. But it's nice, because they're going to be... we all knew 3 was coming. It's just nice to hear that they're going to be developing it, which is good. So, with that said, I don't think there's anything else to discuss. I'd like to thank each and every one of you here for episode 6 of the podcast. Shohq. Go ahead. Kane.
Yellow.
Alright, we're just saying our goodbyes.
I know, I'm just saying yellow now. Okay. Hello.
Oh, you say hello as a goodbye in your country?
Yes, we do now.
Alright, well, let me kick you in the
On the other side.
Fuck you.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Alright, Ted.
Adios, yo.
Matt.
Later.
And a big thank you also to Scrub here for joining us and giving us all that wonderful information.
Later.
Alright, thanks for listening, and stay tuned for the next week. Goodbye.